Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
I knew it was gonna be taken wrong, just because people are living a certain lifestyle, and
it's not working.
that would be equivalent to somebody coming out and saying we shouldn't celebrate somebody who's on stage telling jokes. They should go to school. They should go to school and go to college and be bigger and better. We shouldn't celebrate nobody on stage telling jokes. That's clown shit, no? I could be misconstrued as well, so I think you went left, people's lifestyles.
3, 2, 1, go!
You can't really speak on people's lifestyles, man. Anybody coming home and did things the right way and kept it solid should definitely be celebrated. If you can get on stage and tell jokes, no one man has enough power to speak on other lifestyles, However people living, if they keeping it solid to that, I think Mike Epps, I think you should just stay in your place, brother.
Wow, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Guys, make sure you hit that notification bell. Guys, Blueface responds to Mike Epps. As you've seen, he apologized yesterday about saying what he said, but then he doubled down and said, you shouldn't celebrate nobody getting out of prison, and our kids have to see that. And Blueface, of course, come back and said it'd be just like me talking about you in comedy. So it's like kids shouldn't watch out because they could do something better with their time and educate themselves in a way where they wouldn't be class clowns and coming out of school and being troublemakers. So he equated it to that. But let's listen to a little bit more.
Didn't even speak on that type of lifestyle because you're not living that type of lifestyle. So, like I said, the best way for me to help you understand is a motherfucker coming out and saying, yo, I don't think we should celebrate comedians. They just tell jokes all day. They're very uneducated. They're very class clowns. They've been a problem in school, so we shouldn't celebrate them because they're funny. You would be offended by that, right? So imagine somebody living a lifestyle that comes with jail, prison, and they come home and they should be celebrated because that ultimately makes them want to be free and do better. So I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, they ain't gonna fuck with that, Real niggas ain't gonna fuck with that game.
Wow, guys. So as you can see, Blueface didn't like it. He said they're not messing with that. And I got somebody on the phone, one of my partners, and I brought his name up the other day when I first did this segment. And then some of the day say, go on and call him because he's your partner. You can call him. Big Buff, what's going on, baby? You in the building?
I'm definitely in the building, man. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Welcome to my, this is my review segment. And Buff, I talked about you the other day because you did, 25 years? Or
27 and a half.
27 and a half. Yeah, that's what it was. 27 and a half. OG did 25. You did 27 and a half years in prison. Okay. And when you done this 27 and a half years in prison, of course, you didn't know if you was going to make it out.
Right. I had a life sentence. I was sentenced to die in prison.
Okay. So when you didn't die in prison and things turned and took a positive twist, and now you know that you coming home, was it something that when you came home and people started to celebrate you, YD, all of your family members and everybody started to celebrate you, do you think this was a bad thing or do you think this was a good thing?
No, indeed, man. That's a great thing. My family was with me throughout the whole time. They suffered as long as I was in prison. So, of course, they was happy when I came home. My entire family, I'm talking about not just my family, people who knew me, been knowing me forever. People thought they wasn't ever going to see me again. Of course, they celebrated. I'm talking about celebrated for about a year straight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, of course it's a good thing. It was a good thing to celebrate that, man.
And when you came home, you hadn't been home in 27 and a half years. You ain't have nothing.
No, I didn't have anything, man. So, people took me around. People poured into me. all kind of people, not just the people that was in my life prior to me going to jail, but the people that I met while I was in jail. In prison, man, I did a lot of good things, helped a lot of people get out of prison. So those guys wanted to see me home. Those guys' family, right now that they approach me and like, man, you're a blessing in so many ways. So many people approach me because of who I became while inside of that box. You know what I'm saying? So they happy that I'm here. Because I'm here, a whole lot of people was able to get out of that place. So yeah, man, you're supposed to celebrate.
Well, Mike Epps, now let's look at this. Mike Epps has a point, because if you're a person who did something wrong and kids are watching you go to prison and get out, and he's saying, hey man, how are we not, we have to educate our kids. This is not the route we want them to go. So I agree with Mike on that as well now. I have to flip the coin for you.
Right, all right. You might don't want your kids to go that route, but we ain't talking about your kids and going that route. That's up to you. What you gonna do as it relates to your kid. But they have kids that went that route. They got kids that's in the game. They got people that's doing all kind of different things. So when you come out of that place and you showing the people that, look, that life is not the life to live. There's so many things that you can educate the people on as it relates to that, because you experience, you know how many lives out of change, you know how many lives out of turn the other way with me getting out of prison? Of course.
I like that, because I said that the other day. I said to speak on it in a way to where you down it, or you say it's not something that should be celebrated, and you just leave it right there. I'm glad he came back and apologized for it, because we're in the midst of what has happened. Meaning there's people getting out and trying to reform daily because of a system that basically they have been engulfed by, right? And you and I both know how that courtroom is going in there. You and I both know some people are, and you got a lot of people out that really the case was not even legitimate. They just pretty much trumped up charges to get a conviction.
Right. And when you don't know, see, like, Mike Epps, you ain't never done no time, so you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know about it, you can't speak on it. It's just like me trying to speak on what it is to be a comic. I never done no comedy. It's just like me trying to speak on what it is to be a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, people who haven't done time, or people who haven't even lived like that, they don't even understand how it goes. They don't even understand what it means to be able to come home when somebody say that you would never come home. And you're able to come home from prison, and people are able to see you, the effect that has on people, even inside of the prison, the effect that it has on their morality. And those people right there, man, every time those people see me, when I go back to that prison, that's hope. That give them a chance. They give a family hope. Man, there's a lot of hope in that.
Wow. And so I think, and you didn't hear his part. I'm going to play a little bit of what he said. I'm not going to play it in its entirety, because I played it yesterday, but I've been looking at this for a few days because of the fact of how relative it is to the people I interview, the people who, myself, everybody who's been through these situations are able to look at this as Blueface did and give their opinion on it. If you're going to put it out there, now you got to hear it from people who like, say, me or 30 years and you ain't had no issues. OG Pyru hadn't been no issues for 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? People who out here that's been going back into prison, like Boss Man Brewster, who's been pretty much an example to those people, turning them into truck drivers and all kind of stuff. Ladies that's going back into prisons. I know it's a group of ladies, I think it's like 20 of them, that celebrates themselves for being out here. So it's a constant battle, and it's a constant reminder of what you've been through when you're trying to figure out ways not only to stay out here, but to help others to stay out here, right?
Right. That's what it is.
So let me listen to that. Here's Mike, and I know you say you didn't hear it, so here he is.
Man, Mike.
And he apologized in here, and I'll play the other one as well. I better play the other one first. Here's what he said in short. He said,
Those are the wrong journeys to celebrate, young men. There's no reward for coming home after 30 years. You don't get no care package. You are a failure. Get your out here and help these kids. Now, pay that back forward. You see what I'm saying? That's the reward.
wow, so he said you're a failure. You heard what he just said.
Yeah, I am.
and he ain't talking about, I don't think he's thinking about the fact of how many people, he don't know, how many people did you get released that was wrongly in prison? And I know I asked you that last time in the interview when I had you here in Dallas.
Yeah, I can't even answer that question.
Hundreds,
so many different people, man.
Hundreds, maybe even thousands, hundreds for sure.
A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Not me directly, but you know what I'm saying? Just period, man. They have so many people that's convicted that's innocent for real. So how could you fail when the system failed you? How could you fail? And you a kid, you a 16-year-old kid, and you get sentenced for a life sentence where your mind ain't even fully developed yet. How could you fail when the system failed to take care of you? How could you fail?
Wow. So that failure statement, it cuts a little deep is what you're saying.
Right.
For him to say you're a failure, but you never even had an opportunity to be anything to fail because you was 15 when you got convicted.
Right.
And they tried you as an adult because they do that to our people that look like me and you.
Yes.
But they don't do that to other people. And for him to speak on that, you got to be very, very mindful of you're speaking to a whole culture, a whole group of people, right?
Right, definitely. You speaking of so many different people that was affected by the system in so many different ways. That's a blessing that you made it out, that you wasn't, affected by the system. You didn't follow the system. But man, you know how rare that is for people that come from the ghetto or people that come from where we come from? Man, that's rare to not be attacked by the system in some kind of way, whether it's directly or indirectly, and it affects your life.
Let me play this Mike Epps.
What's up, y'all? It's your man, Mike Epps, man. I just want to get on here and clarify and clear a few things up. Number one, about the brothers coming home from prison being celebrated. I've always been a part of reform. I got brothers right now from my hometown that I'm trying to help come home that have been in prison forever. I think you guys might have misunderstood what I was saying. I might have said it the wrong way, but what I was trying to say is we don't want to send kids mixed messages about coming home from prison, being celebrated, feeling like you got to go to prison and do 30, 40 years to be celebrated. I think you guys misunderstood that, misunderstood what I said. Wasn't saying that it was wrong to be celebrated, but we don't want to send a message to the kids saying prison is great, that you want to go home, go do 30 years and come home. I don't think that's cool. So I'm sorry if anybody took it the wrong way and got offended. I love my brothers. I've been incarcerated myself. I understand what that is, but I might have said it the wrong way, but I mean well. And I love you, brothers. Free my brothers that's coming home. My man Derek, free all the guys that's coming home, man. And
he had to come back and apologize because he got so many people that was coming for him about it. And he had to say something, and it's like, man, you got to understand, man, you're not looking at this from a scope. I don't remember when you was incarcerated. You ain't been incarcerated like Big Buff here, who done did 27 and a half years. You might have did an overnight thing or something, but and like I said, I'm a big Mike Epps fan. I love the way he does the comedy, but this ain't nothing to play with when it come down to speaking on their failures and all of that stuff when you're dealing with a system that this system is failing us every day.
Right.
Go to the courthouse and go on every Monday morning, go all week long and look and see what the system is doing when you start speaking on this stuff. And not just because there are some boneheads out there that do some bonehead stuff, but there's a lot of stuff out there being strategically done to keep us incarcerated. And I really, you have to go down there to see it, just to witness it and understand how deep it gets, And I'm not trying to say that I justify us celebrating whoever getting out either, but I am saying let's celebrate whoever get out, because you might not make it out. Some people die in that place, and that's the part what I think he's missing. And if you saying they're failures and you're not even giving them an opportunity to come out here and try to figure out life because they went in at an early age. Guy I talked to the other night, he went in at, I think he said he went in at like 16. And he 34 and he just getting out. He came to the AA next to my store, and I just was telling him to keep his head up, So it's stuff like that. God got me out here telling people you can make it. I've been through some stuff and you can make it through too. And like I said, I'm looking forward to one day sitting down with Mike Epps and maybe chopping it up with him. He might ought to give me a call because ain't nobody talked to more prisoners and put more prisoners on their platform and tried to get people released and stuff. I did a lot of interviews, homie. Yeah.
Right.
So shout out to Kunta and all the guys that was with him and all the stuff that all the people down there, not only in New Orleans with you, but up in Oklahoma and California and all in Chicago, like just dealing with everybody, the Milwaukee boys. Like I have dealt with a lot of people who've been to prison, man, down in East Texas, man, here in Dallas, and it's just like, man, listen, man, somebody got to be a bridge out here for those young men. Somebody got to be a bridge out here for these single parents just holding it down till their kids get till they either kids get home or till they husbands get home, all of that. Do you know what I mean?
That's for sure, brother.
So that's all I wanted to do, man. Just get your scope on it, man. I think Mike, he came back and tried to clean it up, but I think he's gonna have to sit down and talk to somebody about that statement he made. He was on a platform with Jim Jones, and Max B just got out, who is not a fan of Jim Jones. And when he said that, I think that's what spiraled this thing into a whole nother dimension. Made it just blow up because Max B did 15 years, and he just got out. And since Max B got out, him and Jim Jones don't drink the same type of water, and so he spoke down on this prison thing, and now, even if he didn't mean it by Max B or Blueface or you or me or anybody who's been incarcerated, they're going to take it that way because you don't celebrate us. And you've been incarcerated. First of all, when was you incarcerated? How much time did you do? And second of all, do you really understand the dynamic of people coming home? And when they get home, they ain't got nothing. And some of them, when they left, they weren't old enough to even get with their first girl or do anything,
Right.
And these are just some scenarios. Now, if you make bonehead mistakes and you out here doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, do your time, come home, and try to be a better person. But this is something I think we're dealing with. Okay, I got OG calling. I'm going to add him to the call, okay?
Okay.
All right. OG, I'm on the phone with, I got Buff on the phone, man. Big Buff out of New Orleans. We talking about Blueface just spoke back to Mike Epps about trying to celebrate. And I know your take on this is way different, but at the end of the day, we was talking about the things, Buff did 27 and a half years. You did over 25 years. And it's just like, okay. And I know Mike, he didn't mean like, hey, man, I don't expect y'all to nobody to celebrate you, but he said that. So now people are coming for him, and I think Max B probably won't say nothing, but they just pretty much saying, I know Blueface was like, hey man, it'd be like if we told our children don't watch comics, basically you class clowns when you get out of school, and you basically cause a lot of problems in class when you're in school. We don't want our kids to turn out like you. That's the kind of the way he made it relative of talking down on something or somebody when, basically you're not in their circumstance, because he said he never did comedy. What's going on, OG?
They just talking. Because, if he felt that adamant about Blueface, you get up with this fake gangster rap shit, and you got kids believing that they can be a gangster, they can ride Rolls Royces, and they can do all these things that are not really relevant. So where's that going? You celebrating a fantasy.
Most definitely, hip hop definitely is something where you blow it up and make it. So there's all time, and you said that's interesting. You brought that up too, because I didn't look at that. But you said something that makes sense, man. Like, all of this stuff can be effective in the wrong way if you don't. And I said yesterday, OG, man, parents got to raise their kids too. If you letting the TV raise them and the rap music raise them, and you ain't taking that phone and you ain't talking to them, that's your fault too. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm right.
That's what you said.
That's what I said.
You said it, and you're gonna apologize for it when they get on these when you air that out. Parents need to raise. Okay, grandmama died a long time ago. The hoochie is in. So you got young women teaching 3 years old how to twerk because they seen it before. You got young men putting red rags and blue rags on in diapers. So you got this culture where it's designed for not your character by the clothes you wear and the things that you say. So where do we blame that? Do we blame that on the parent? I was raised, I didn't have color TV. We had the first black and white TV in my neighborhood. We didn't have the 3 channels, I think, you know. So I wasn't raised getting my, this is the biggest disaster that happened to black people is that once we stopped understanding that we were slaves and this white man was the enemy, and he flipped it on you and started telling you, oh, you're as good as me, and you can do as much as I can do, and fed you this, and you started, and then he dropped the hammer on you and told you, you still just a nigga.
That's real. That's real. I think. Go ahead.
Thing is, though, this is my thing. You know, this is how I'm living. This is how I live right here, bro. I don't complain about nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Wow.
You know what I'm
I like
saying?
that.
If I feel like it's a problem about anything, I don't care what it is, bro. I'm doing stuff about it, bro. That's why every day I'm saying God said feed the people because it's lunchtime. Every day people call me and like, look, can you help me with this? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can help you with this. I can try to help you with this. It's about us pouring into each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? All I know about is, look, if I see it's a problem, man, let's do something about it. We can't do nothing about it while we started talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. I want action. What an action at? What you doing? Show it to me. And you can show it to me, then I can believe you.
Yeah. The hell with the problem. Let's deal with a solution.
Right. Definitely.
I agree with that 100%. Well, guys, you know, the one thing I can't attest to is we gonna definitely hear more people. I believe you'll hear, you know, of course, Big Meech ain't said nothing about this or nobody. It's just Blueface because I think Blueface took it to heart. I don't think Max B will say anything, but I think it's just a thing where people feel like, you know, like he came for him. And again, OG, I told you the other day, this is him sitting down with Jim Jones, who definitely has an issue or had a outright serious beef with Max B, and Max B did 15 years. So it's gonna be a few people that say this and say that about it, but it'll soon, like I told, like my granddad always said, if you don't throw gasoline on a burning fire, it'll soon burn out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, hey guys, man, thank you guys for chiming in. I know you guys, like I said, with the time y'all done did, y'all vets. I don't even know how y'all made it out. Y'all ought to be celebrating. I'm still celebrating you niggas.
All time is hard time.
Oh yeah, I'm still celebrating you niggas. You
30 days is like 30 years to a man that got to do 30 days.
Oh, ain't it? You seen how Yellow Beezy did when they had him in there a few days. He ain't never been locked up. That worried him to death.
And he should.
Well, hey guys, man.
Good though. Everyone's good, man. All right, OG. All right, boss.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man, for calling in, man.
All right.
Hey, and also, guys, if you're still watching, guys, make sure you check out. We got what did we talk? I ain't gonna talk about that, OG. It's a few other things that popped up since I talked to you last. No, I talked about a few other things, OG. I talked about Tommy Sparta.
Yeah, you left me with Neapolitan Brian McKnight. That's what.
Don't you talk about it. No, we can add Brian next, but I had Tommy Lee Sparta on here too. But Brian McKnight, he done switched up on his family.
White side.
Whatever. Don't you dare talk about him like that, man. Don't you dare talk about him like that. There ain't no white side, man. He just had a bad relationship, and you know that. Boss Talk 101, man. Let me sign out of here. OG done got on here now and then tick me off, man. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.